over the Handwriting Without Tears Cursive program. So this is one that I have used for each of my children beginning in grade 3. It's a decent sized workbook, something that they can generally do pretty independently. So they do have manuscript as well. However, I felt that other programs, I am pretty confident, cover it thoroughly. So we just start this cursive. We do it in grade 3 when I feel that the other hand, like literacy, is already well achieved. So this is the cursive. So this is book 1. So here's the table of contents showing you all the different things that it goes through, right from preparing for cursive and then through lowercase letters. And then at the end it covers the capitals. So there's lots here for the kids to see. And then it starts with proper placement and pencil skills. I actually personally prefer cursive in pen, but that's just me. When they're learning it, we do it in pencil. So cursive warmups. This is starting the process for loops and such that will be needed when they're doing the writing. So you can see there where you go under and then over, so the U and the O, under, over, and then up and down and adding the loop as well as a descending loop, so a loop below the line. So there's a whole page of practice of that. The first letter that they start on is C. It says, I'm the magic C bunny. So here's the very first one. This is nice because it goes up into a wave and back down. So now we're adding the A where you close the loop. D with the extended stem. And it right away combines them all. I should mention too, you'll notice on the bottom it does show the uppercase as well at the bottom, but they haven't really taught it other than that one little line. So it goes on through. As you can see, my son is a decent way in here. It starts as soon as they're able to start building words with the letters that they've learned, it puts those in there, and then into sentences. Up here. Now here it's got translating print into cursive. I love this because it kind of makes the connection in the head. So they've got the word the, put it into cursive, and then here. And you can see he's still having a little bit of trouble adding a little bump in between, but it's a good start. Going on through. That's as far as he's made it so far. And all the way through the letters. Just going to skip a few ahead here. Now here is review and mastery, so cursive to cursive. So it's got words for them to copy below, and then here again is the translate from print to cursive. And then it's even got here where you can call out silly spelling words. So, you know, I call out things like goofy and stuff like that, and then they write them out. Or you can let them choose their own. Skipping way ahead. Now we're into capitals. So here it's now teaching the capitals. So thus far it shows how many they've covered. Then there's a review, capital connections, capital review. It's got sentences there. Here's some compound words, putting them together. Some paragraphs that you would copy down. Greek and Latin prefixes, word roots and suffixes. It's also got some spots here. Well, it's got the numbers and such as well as to how that would work for dates and such. Here's now a letter, like a little small letter that they would then copy down in cursive. So some copy work, more of the copy work here. Showing how cursive is applicable in all these different ones. Some famous quotations. And then just a page to review. So this is book 1, Handwriting Without Tears. Here's where you can get it if you are interested in purchasing it. Here's where we get it from, is the Canadian Home Education Resource. I'm not sure why we're having trouble focusing there. The phone number is, let me see if I can come in closer maybe. Wow, my camera just doesn't want to focus. Okay, it is 403-243-4443 or CanadianHomeEducation.com. This now is book 2. So this one we do in grade 4. And then we start incorporating it in little things where I'll say, for today's writing assignment, I'd like it written in cursive, etc. So this just builds, again, on the base now that they already have. You would not necessarily need to have done book 1 to go into book 2. So if you have an older learner, you haven't covered it yet, you could absolutely start right here with book 2. So it goes through the warm-ups, and then through all the letters. Goes a little faster into translating print into cursive. But the format is very similar. Here's some words right away. So again, you would not need the first book. You could definitely start here, Review and Mastery. I'm skipping way ahead. Tomiko tasted teriyaki in Tokyo. So there's some, and see, it's choose your 6 favorite letters and then write a fun sentence to feature each letter. So then they would choose their own for the next ones. Here we go. Write a paragraph, I don't know why I put a T on that, that was so weird. Write a paragraph here, topic sentences. So tell your reader what you're going to say, that's your topic. So it's actually a little bit of English language lessons as well. Proverbs are sayings that tell a truth, like a stitch in time saves 9, the early bird gets the worm, Rome wasn't built in a day, etc., etc. And here's some categories, working the numbers. Now these, I disagree with this somewhat because you'll notice that the B's are not closed. I don't like that. I prefer for it to close right up to the tall stem loop. So I make my kids close them. I've been unable to find a cursive curriculum that's exactly the way that I prefer. So this is the closest one. We did try Bob Jones, and I absolutely despised even their manuscript printing, though their curriculum programs are very thorough and very good. But you just have to do the closest to what you want taught, and then you can adapt it a little if you need. Or you could also choose not to be so complaining about it like I do, because I do complain about it. So it's got shapes, measurements, it's a little bit of math incorporated in here as well. Capitalization, so teaching the nouns. A little science here. And it ends with a fun little poem. I used to think cursive was confusing. I look back now and that's amusing. I learned it's easy to connect each letter. Now I write faster and my work looks better. So that's pretty cool. So here they can copy work that poem or write their own cursive poem. And then that one concludes this book as well. So do I recommend this program? Absolutely. Absolutely I do. You could definitely start with any age. If you choose to start with one book and then the second one, then this one comes before. But again, it is not a required predecessor to this one. So there is no prerequisite. You can certainly just get going as soon as they're able to start writing. I also know some people that choose not to teach print and manuscript, but rather to start with cursive. So that's another interesting idea as well that you could certainly do. You might have a little difficulty then in the print to cursive transcripting, but otherwise that's definitely something you do. I believe that Becca may teach that. I'm not certain, so please don't quote me, but the people I know that do that use Becca. So I definitely think that this is something worth looking into. Check this out with your learners, and it's a very simple, fully contained cursive handwriting program. These books run around $20, maybe $26, $27. And there were 95 pages, 94 pages altogether. So this is something that you can have them do a few minutes each day or twice a week or whatever works best for yours. My oldest, of course, sat down and completed her book in a day, but she's one of those kids. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have an amazing day. Please hit that subscribe button and